That's how you know if you're real. If anything can change your opinion of yourself, right? Like if motion is like say the reason why we have motion is so you can determine what's real based off opposing states. I'm gonna see what it look like from this angle. I'm gonna see what it look like from this angle, and if they can agree, then that must be real, right? So it's the same thing with yourself. Do I like myself when the time is going good? Do I like myself when the time is going bad? If you don't like yourself in either one of those situations, then you ain't real. You're not confirmed from both situations. It's like, okay, I'm good when everything is nice, right? Everything around me is going well. But when things don't go good, then I don't want to be myself anymore. I want to stay in dream like you're not real, right? So you be like, well, it's conscious people. Can they be real? Conscious is a criticism, and it's a criticism, right? How could you be in dreamland and also be real? It's called a real world. It's sort of kind of like you didn't integrate your nervous system into the world, right? But you might as well do that because if you acting off what you believe and see, like I mean, right? Who knows if you going off your own thinking, you might be hungry all day long. If you let the world tell you when you're hungry, you might more or less. Who knows? Who knows? But it's more efficient. It seems like me to just to let the world tell you, let the world do the knocking, right? Because it's like if going against yourself is only going to be a battle anyway, you might as well just simplify that, right? It's going to be resistance either way. It's always, right? Doing what you want to do is going to be resistance. Helping them is going to be resistance too, but at least it can come with a reward. Helping yourself is going to be resistance and there ain't going to be no external reward. You could possibly get both if you do it the other way. You could get an internal reward and an external reward for doing the same thing, right? Basically just substitute masters in a way. But it's like if you only like yourself when the going is good, then you ain't real. Because when things go bad, you escape to your dreams. You ain't real. You're not acting on the information that the ghosts around you are acting. Or you're running from opportunities because you think it should be a certain way in your head, right? The more you dream, the less real you are. Right. The more you dream, the less real you are. Right? You might be awake and aware of certain things, but you're asleep to the action you can take to prevent those things from happening. Or you at least you're being conscious of it, right? Because a lot of times it's just a matter of perspective. If your opinion of yourself changes based off of what happens in your environment, then you're not real. Like you can go through ups and downs, but you're still supposed to have a genuinely, I guess, high regard for yourself for the most part. You know what I'm saying? If that ain't there at any time, then you lost. You lost. If a woman can come and kill your self-esteem, you lost. If a job, money, anything can make you feel like, well, I'd rather be somebody else right now, then you lost. Remember, it's a void. You're playing yourself. It's a void with labels on it that you just choose to honor and believe in. Right? That's really what it is. And you'd be like, well, okay, well, I chose to play the game it is. I chose to play the game of the world around me. This really crush me. How can I use it for certain times and not for others? Exactly. You're doing the same thing opposite, right? Say, oh, I'm gonna make my nervous system only when it's telling me good things, but when it's telling me bad things, I'm supposed to ignore the pain of that, right? How am I supposed to ignore that? That's what the inner world would escape to. You'd be like, well, I'll just create my own inner world to answer to that. Therefore, I don't have answer to that. It has no meaning. Because how could you have it have meaning, but then ignore it when it wants to scold you, right? Right? But what if it wants to unjustifiably scold you then? Now, you supposed to accept the pain of that? Well, yeah, there's going to be some pain associated with that. But I bet you it balances out to the friction you would have got if you would have followed your own voice anyway. You could follow your own voices in service to other people. You could just assign it to that. Right? You don't have to be against other people in pursuit of your own personal goals. Right? You don't have to do that. Because, like I said, okay, yeah, okay, I use them as my nervous system until they scold me. Then what's going to happen? Say I want to honor that whatever, and then be like, okay, then I'm just supposed to sit and suffer when I don't necessarily have to because of the opinions of the people around me. What? Yeah, exactly, right? Like, what am I supposed to do then? That's probably why you got two options, right? That's probably why you got two options. At the end of the day, you got to navigate it yourself, right? You asking me because you asking for a no. If you asking somebody else for answers, you only asking for them to tell you no.